Namandams, namandams. Good morning, everyone. This is Reverend Marvin Harada, now serving as the Bishop of the Buddhist Churches of America. It's nice to be able to share a video Dharma message with all of you in the Las Vegas Buddhist Sangha. I hope that all of you are staying safe and well during this difficult coronavirus pandemic. As all of our BCA temples have been experiencing, we've been closed, no services. We've canceled all of our major fundraisers and events like the Obon Festival. We're all trying to stay safe and help prevent the spread of this virus. So, unfortunately, I was not able to be there with you today for your service, but I'm very happy to share a Dharma message via video. Many ministers are conducting services virtually, either through live streaming on Facebook, or they're recording their Dharma messages on YouTube, and all of our Sangha members and also new people are beginning to watch our services and listen to our Dharma messages and encounter the Buddha Dharma. So it's my privilege to be able to share a message with all of you today. Today I'd like to talk about Dana, or giving, which is the first of the 6 Paramitas, or the 6 practices in Buddhism that help carry us from this shore of delusion or samsara to the other shore of truth or enlightenment. And just briefly, the 6 paramitas are: first, giving; second, it's guidance or morality; third is tolerance, or otherwise known as patience; fourth is perseverance or effort; fifth is meditation; and the 6th is wisdom or insight. But today I just want to talk about giving, or dana, D-A-N-A, in the ancient Indian Sanskrit word. There are actually 4 kinds of giving, or 4 kinds of dana in Buddhism. So the 4 are material giving, non-material giving, impure giving, and pure giving. And I'd like to first talk about the first 2, material giving and non-material giving. So material giving is very easy to understand. It's like giving a gift or making a donation, and all of us have been both givers and recipients of material giving. Giving a wedding present, giving a birthday present, making a donation to your Sangha or to one of the many charities during this pandemic is all a form of material giving. Non-material giving is something as simple as to offer a friendly smile to someone. Now I'd like to talk about non-material giving. Many years ago, I met an amazing man who practiced non-material giving every day. This is over 40 years ago when I first enrolled at the Institute of Buddhist Studies in Berkeley, California, to study for the ministry. So I moved from small town Eastern Oregon to Berkeley. I drove to school from my apartment in Oakland, and I drove on surface streets. The first time I drove to school, I noticed that there was a man in Berkeley standing on the curb, and he was waving to the cars. At first I thought he was kind of strange. Doesn't he have anything better to do other than stand there and wave at the cars? He also wore these very bright orange-colored gloves so that people could see him as he waved to them. Coming from small-town Eastern Oregon, I thought it was kind of strange, but many things in the city looked strange to me when I first moved there. But I found that with each day that I would drive to school, I found myself beginning to wave back to this man. And then I would even look forward to going by his usual spot to see him. It would brighten up my day. Many times I would be thinking, oh, I'm kind of tired. I don't feel like going to school today. And then, oh, there's the man. And I would wave to him. And it would bring a smile on my face as well. Well, I found out many years later that this man's name was Joseph Charles. He was an African American gentleman, and he was on 60 Minutes. He was interviewed in magazines and newspapers, and he became quite famous. So Joseph Charles, from Monday through Friday, for an hour and 45 minutes, exactly an hour and 45 minutes every morning, he stood there in front of his house and he waved to all the cars going by, smiling and saying good morning to everyone. So to me, although I'm sure Joseph Charles was not a Buddhist, Joseph Charles practiced non-material giving for 30 years. Hour and 45 minutes, Monday through Friday, for 30 years. And we can practice non-material giving by offering a friendly smile to others. And what a wonderful thing that we can offer and share the world, and it doesn't cost us a cent. So I will never forget Joseph Charles for teaching me this practice of non-material giving. Non-material giving. Now I'd like to turn to the other two forms of giving: impure giving and pure giving. So impure giving means to give something and you have an attachment to yourself as the giver, you have an attachment to what you're giving, and you have an attachment to the recipient of the gift. A good example might be, this often happens at our temples. Someone makes a $100 donation, let's say, to the temple, but in the newsletter, it's mistakenly listed as a $10 donation. And we get very upset. People call the office, hey, I made a $100 donation and you have me down for a $10 donation. So technically in Buddhism, this is called impure giving, because you have an attachment to yourself, you have an attachment to what you've given, and you have an attachment to the recipient. Another example might be, we go to someone's wedding and we give them a gift, and 2 or 3 months later we think, gee, we never got a thank you gift, we have a thank you card for the wedding gift that we gave, and we might be a little bit hurt or upset. That too would be an example of impure giving. Pure giving, in contrast to that, is giving when you have no attachment to yourself as the giver, to what you're giving, or to the recipient. No attachment in any manner. So you have no expectation or recognition, no expectation of recognition or acknowledgement even for the gift. I heard once Reverend Kodani from the Senshin Temple, he told a wonderful story about anonymous donations. And he said, I noticed that if I ever make an anonymous donation, I'm the first one to tell someone about it. And he shared how he had once made a donation anonymously to his temple, and then every month the treasurer and the minister goes over the donations, and the treasurer said, Reverend Kodani, we got this rather large anonymous donation from someone. I wonder who it was. And Reverend Kodani said, well, don't tell anyone, but it was me. And then he realized, oh my gosh, I'm trying to make an anonymous donation, and I'm the first one to tell someone about it. So, honestly speaking, I myself have never practiced pure giving, but I have been the recipient of pure giving. And I'd like to share a true story. This is something that happened to me over 40 years ago when I was living and studying in Japan for the ministry. My wife and I lived in a little apartment building near the school that I was attending. And one day, my landlady, we paid our rent every month, and our landlady, she lived close by. She came over to our apartment. She was so excited. She showed us our sort of rent sheet. It showed each month that you had paid, and you put a hanko, a stamp, over each month. And she showed it to us, and she said, "You're paid up for the rest of the year." I says, "What?" Somehow, someone had come to her and said, "You have a young person living in your apartment. He's studying to become a Buddhist minister. He's going to be doing some very important work, and I want to help him. So I want to pay for his rent." And our landlady thought, well, maybe he's going to pay for this month's rent. Whoever that was paid for half a year's rent for the rest of the year. But this person told our landlady, "You must not disclose my identity. You must never tell Marvin Harada who I am." I tried to get it out of my landlady. I thought maybe it's one of my teachers at school. Was it this taller gentleman? Was it this person, that person? She would not tell me. To this day, I still do not know who that individual was. I have no way to thank them. I have no way to write a thank you card. The only thing I can do is to do as they requested, to do my best to serve as a minister, to share the Dharma in this country. So I have been the recipient. Although I have never practiced pure giving, I have been the recipient of pure giving in my life, and maybe you have as well at some point of your life. So today I just wanted to share about the 4 kinds of giving. Material giving, which we all need to do and practice, especially to support our sanghas, to support our temples, to support our national organization, the Buddhist Church of America, and to support various charities that are in need, especially during this difficult time. And non-material giving, offering a friendly smile, impure giving, which we can't help but avoid to do in many cases, but we strive to practice pure giving. Nam mandavats, nam mandavats, nam mandavats, nam mandavats. I hope that we can all practice dana or giving in our everyday life as a Buddhist. And now, to conclude, I have a brief announcement. I don't know if you know about it or not, but the Buddhist Church of America, we started a Dial the Dharma program where you can call an 800 number, and toll-free you can listen to a short 5-minute Dharma message. I'm doing the English messages, and various ministers are doing the Japanese message. So you simply press 1 for English or 2 for Japanese, and this is the 800 number. 800-817-7918. 800-817-7918 for the Dial the Dharma program. Press 1 for English and 2 for Japanese. The messages are changed weekly, so I invite all of you to listen to the Dial the Dharma brief messages. Especially, please tell those who maybe they don't have access to a computer, maybe they're an older individual who doesn't use the internet. At least they can call this number, and every week they can listen to a brief Dharma message. Thank you very much. I hope that I can see you, all of you, at a future Las Vegas Sangha gathering. Please stay safe and healthy during this difficult coronavirus pandemic. Nam mandavats, nam mandavats, nam mandavats. Thank you very much.